Boker Tov everyone. We'll start our morning. Turning our series to page 186. 186. Say, Modeh ani lefanecha. I offer thanks to you, ever living sovereign, that you have restored my soul to me in mercy. How great is your trust. And as we express our appreciation for God's trust, we try to take that trust, that emunah, that faith that God has on us, in order to think how we are going to be the best version of ourselves as we express our gratitude for being who we are. מודה אני לפניך מלך חי וקיים שחסרת ונשמתי בחמלה. מודה אני לפניך מלך חי וקיים שחסרת ונשמתי בחמלה. רבה אמונתך, רבה אמונתך, רבה אמונתך, רבה אמונתך. We turn our screen to page 192 as we enter this sanctuary and we acknowledge the physical structures that contain us, and also we acknowledge our keilah, our community. We look around, we say good morning everyone, we say good morning to Zach, to Gabi, to Noga, and all those that are joining us on Facebook and YouTube. And we take a moment to recognize the beauty of our being together, the beauty of our intentional community, of our Keilah Kedosha, as we say, Ma Tovu U'alecha Yaakov, page 192.
Ay,
after recognizing our space, the space that we share with each other, we take a moment to recognize, to think of our personal space, our bodies. I invite you to pick one of the blessings on pages 194 or 195, or to close your eyes and for a moment try to think of your body. Try to acknowledge the sacred vessel of our existence. And while you're reading or thinking, I invite you to become aware of your breath. ברוך אתה אדוני, רופא כל בשר ומפליא לסוד. ברוך אתה אדוני, blessed are you Adonai, who heals all flesh, working wondrously. Page 196. אלוהי, נשמה שנתת בי, טהורה היא. אלוהים, נשמה שנתת בי, טהורה היא. אתה בראת, אתה יצרת, אתה נפחת בי, ואתה משמרה וקרבי, ואתה עתיד לתלה ממני ולהחזירה ימי לעתיד לבוא. כל הזמן שנשמה וקרבי מודה אני לפניך. כל הזמן שנשמה וקרבי מודה אני לפניך. אדוני אלוהי ואלוהי אבותיי, אדוני אלוהי ואלוהי אמותיי, ריבון כל המעשים, אדון כל הנשמות, ריבון כל המעשים, אדון כל הנשמות, Elohai. The soul that you have given me is pure. You created it, you shaped it, you breathed it into me, and you protect it within me for as long as my soul is within me. Source of all creation, sovereign of all souls, blessed are you Adonai, in whose hand is every living soul and the breath of humankind. ברוך אתה אדוני, אשר בידו נפש כל חי, ורוח כל בשר איש. On page 198, the blessings for the daily miracles, and we invite you, as we say the words of our tradition, to also try to take the time and the opportunity to think about the blessings of your daily life, not just all those that our tradition brings that are important and we want to think of them and we want to say them, but also those that might not be written in our Siddur and that require from us to seek in our hearts.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who has given the mind the ability to distinguish day from night. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who opens the eyes of the blind. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who frees the captive. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who lifts up the fallen.
Amen.
Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who stretches the earth over the waters.
Amen.
Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who strengthens our steps.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, malbish arumim.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, הנותן ליהב כוח.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, המביר שינה מעיני ותנומה מעפעפיי.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, שעשני בצלם אלוהים.
Who has created all human beings equal. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, שעשני בן חורי. Who has given me free will. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, שעשני ישראל.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, עוזר ישראל בגבורה.
Who gives to the people of Israel strength in moments of weakness and in moments of confusion. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, עוטר ישראל בתפארה. I invite you, Gabi, would you like to spontaneously read the reading on page 203?
I'd be happy to. On 203?
203.
Okay. I am a Jew because the faith of Israel demands no abdication of my mind. I am a Jew because the faith of Israel requires all the devotion of my heart. I am a Jew because in every place where suffering weeps, the Jew weeps. I am a Jew because at every time when despair cries out, the Jew hopes. I am a Jew because the word of Israel is the oldest and the newest. I am a Jew because Israel's promise is the universal promise. I am a Jew because for Israel the world is not completed, we are completing it. I am a Jew because for Israel humanity is not created, we are creating it. I am a Jew because Israel places humanity and its unity above the nations and above Israel itself. I am a Jew because above humanity, image of the divine unity, Israel places the unity which is divine.
Thank you. We turn now our study to page 212 for the blessing for the Psukei de Simbra, in which we undertake the challenging task of uplifting our souls.
Baruch Shemo, Baruch Oseh Bereshit, Baruch Omer Ve'oseh, Baruch Gozer Umekayem, Baruch Merachem Al Haaretz, Baruch Merachem Al Habriut, Baruch Meshalem Sachar Tov Lireach, Baruch Chai La'ad V'Kayam Lanetzach, Baruch Bodeh U'Matzil, Baruch Hu, Baruch Shemo.
Your sovereignty, for you are the source of life in the universe. You are God, life of the universe. Praise and glory is order. Your name is eternal. מלך מעולם, ברוך אתה אדוני, מלך מעולם, מלך מעולם, ותשבח עוד. Blessed are you, Adonai, sovereign, who is glorified through songs of praise. Page 214, מזמור שיר ליום השבת.
מזמור שיר ליום השבת, מזמור שיר ליום השבת, מזמור שיר ליום השבת, אלי 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 מזמור שיר ליום השבת, מזמור שיר ליום השבת, מזמור שיר ליום השבת, אלי 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 טוב להודות לאדוני, לזמר לשמך עליון, להגיד בבוקר חסדיך, באמונתך בלילות, עלי עזור ועלי נבל, עלי היגיון וחינוך, עלי עזור ועלי נבל, עלי היגיון וחינוך. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, מזמור שיר ליום השבת, מזמור שיר ליום השבת, אלי 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 צדיק הדבר יפרח, כארז בלבנון יזכה, שתולים בבית אדוני, בחצרות אלוהינו יפריחו, עוד ינובון בשיבה, תשנים ורעננים יהיו, להגיד כי ישר אדוני, צורי ולא עלתה בו. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, מזמור שיר ליום השבת, מזמור שיר ליום השבת, אלי 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 אלי
שרי יושבי ביתך, הודי הללוך סלע. Happy are those who dwell in your house. And find the words to praise you. דוד, ארוממך אלוהי המלך, ויעברך שמך לעולם ועד.
בכל יום אברכך, והללה שמך לעולם ועד.
אדוני הוא מהולל מאוד, בגדולתו ניכרת.
דור לדור ישבח מעשיך, וגבורותיך יגידו.
על כבודותיך, ודברי נפלאותיך עשיך.
וזוז נורותיך יאמרו, גדולתך ספרנה.
זכר על טובך יביאו, בצדקתך ילעננו.
חנון ורחום אדוני, ערך אפיים וגדל חסד.
טוב אדוני לכל, ורחמיו על כל מעשיו.
יודוך אדוני כל מעשיך, וחסדיך יברכוך.
כבוד מלכותך יאמרו, וגבורתך ידברו.
להודיע לבני אדם גבורותיו, וכבוד הדר מלכותו.
מלכותך מלכות כל עולמים, וממשלתך בכל דור ודור. סומך אדוני לכל הנופלים, וזוקף לכל הכפופים. עיני כל אליך ישבנו, ואתה נותן להם את אוכלם בעיתו.
פותח את ידיך, ומשביע לכל חי רצון.
צדיק אדוני בכל דרכיו, וחסיד בכל מעשיו.
קרוב אדוני לכל קוראיו, לכל אשר יקראו באמת.
רצון ירב יעשה, ואת שבתם ישמע ויושיעם.
שומר אדוני את כל אוהביו, ואת כל הרשעים ישמיע.
תהילת אדוני ידבר פיו, ויברך כל בשר שם קודשו לעולם ועד.
ואנחנו נברך יה מעתה ועד עולם, הללויה.
Page 218, Psalm 150. תתברך את שמך, אדוני אלוהינו, לרוח כל בשר, פר ותתרומן זכרך מלכנו תמיד. Have no sovereign besides you, God of the first and the last, God of all creatures, Master of all generations, who is praised in a multitude of praises, who guides the world with abundant loving kindness, and all creatures with mercy. Adonai neither slumbers nor sleeps. God awakens the sleeping, arouses those who slumber, gives speech to the mute, and God loosens the bonds of captives. God supports the fallen and strengthens those who are bent over. You alone do we acknowledge. Page 220.
Ilufinu male shirakian, ule shan רינה, וידינו פרוסות כנשרי שמיים, ורגלינו קלות כימות. ואילו פינו מלא שיר הקיים, ולשוננו רינה, וידינו פרוסות כנשרי שמיים, ורגלינו קלות כילות. אין אנחנו מספיקים להודות לך ולברך את שמך מלכנו. אין אנחנו מספיקים להודות לך ולברך את שמך מלך מלכי המלכים, מלך מלכי המלכים, מלך מלכי המלכים. ואילו פינו מלא שיר הקיים, ולשוננו רינה, וידינו פרוסות כנשרי שמיים, ורגלינו קלות כילות. ואילו פינו מלא שיר הקיים, ולשוננו רינה, וידינו פרוסות כנשרי שמיים, ורגלינו קלות כילות.
For every mouth will acknowledge you, and every tongue pledge homage to you. Every knee bend in your presence. Every upright person shall bow before you. Every heart will revere you, and every inmost thought will sing to your name. And David said, "Let all my bones exclaim, who is like you, Adonai?" As David continued, "Bless Adonai, O my soul, and let my inner being praise your holy name."
Connecting our souls that belong to a different world and come to fill our bodies with existence, with life. Conclude the Psukei de Simbra on page 222. Shochen Ad, as we connect to the source of eternity.
שוכן עד מרום וקדוש שמה, וכתוב רננו צדיקים באדוני. לישרים נבטי לה, בפי ישרים תתהלל, ובדברי צדיקים תתברך, ובלשון חסידים תתרומם, ובקרב קדושים תתקדש. ובמקלות ריבות עמך בית ישראל, ברינה יתבר שמך מלכנו, בכל דור ודור. ישתבח שמך לעד מלכנו, האל המלך הגדול והקדוש בשמיים ובארץ. כי לך נאה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו, שהושבחה הלב וזמרה, עוז הממשלה נצח גדולה גבורה, תהילה ותפארת, קדושה ומלכות, ברכות ורעות מעתה ועד עולם. ברוך אתה אדוני,
ברוך שמו,
אל מלך גדול בתשבחות, אל ההודות אדון הנפלאות, הבוחר בשירי זמרה, מלך מלכי העולמים.
page 224. יתגדל ויתקדש מרבם, בלמד יברח ילותה, וימליך מלכותה, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל. בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב, באמרו אמן. יש מרבה מבורך, לעולם ולעול בעלמיה, יתברך, יתברך וישתבח, יתפעל ותרומה מתנשא, בהתהדר, בהתהלל, בהתהלל, שמד קודשה, בריחו, לילה מן כל ברכתה, בשירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, עמילם בעלמה, באמרו, turn our theory to page 226 for the call for worship, Barhu. And remind again and again to all of us that this is the moment in which we look around and we are sure that we have a minion. So we're grateful for those joining us on YouTube and Facebook, helping us have a minion. We are grateful for the variety of identities that help us in the diversity of their presence find the unity of God. Page 224, 26, Barhu.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך.
ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד. You may be seated. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, יוצר אור ובורא חושך, עושה שלום ובורא את הכל. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, creator of light and darkness, who makes peace and fashions all things. In mercy, illuminate the world and those who live upon it. How deeply you have loved us, Adonai, our God, raising us with surpassing compassion on account of our forebears, whose trust led you to teach them the laws of life. Be gracious to us, teaching us as well. O merciful one, have mercy on us by making us able to understand and discern, to heed, learn, and teach, and lovingly to observe, perform, and fulfill all that is in your Torah. Enlighten our eyes with your Torah, focus our minds on your mitzvot, unite our hearts in love and reverence for your name. Then we will never feel shame, never deserve rebuke, and never stumble, having trusted in your great and awesome holiness, as we shall celebrate your salvation with joy. Guide us in peace from the four corners of the earth, and lead us upright to our land. For you, O God, work wonders. You chose us. You truly drew us near to your great name, that we might acknowledge you, declaring you one in love. הבוחר בעמו ישראל באהבם ברוך אתה אדוני הבוחר בעמו ישראל באהבם. On page 232 for the Shema.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. We continue on page 234 with Ve'ahavta. Please join me. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha ubechol nafshecha ubechol me'odecha ve'hayu advarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך. We continue in English in the middle of page 236. Adonai said to Moses as follows, "Speak to the Israelite people and instruct them to make for themselves fringes on the corners of their garments throughout the ages. Let them attach a cord of blue to the fringe at each corner. That shall be your fringe. Look at it and recall all the commandments of Adonai and observe them, so that you do not follow your heart and eyes in your lustful urge. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם באמת."
אמת ויציב ואהוב, בחביב בנורא בדיר בטוב ביפה, הדבר עשה עלינו לעולם בהד. אמת אלוהי, עולם מלכנו, צור יעקב מגן אישנו, לדור ודור הוא קיים, ושמו קיים בכיסאו נחום ומלכותו ואמונתו, להט קיימת.
We worship the power, that unites the universe, a promise of harmony for all. Yet that oneness eludes our grasp as imperfection and evil abound. Before our eyes there is a vision of perfection, order, and goodness. There is evil enough to break the heart, and there is good enough to exalt the soul. When will redemption come? When we grant everyone what we claim for ourselves. Long ago, we escaped the tyranny of Egypt. Our people saw the power of the Most High. We learned God's presence redeems time and event. So we celebrate this power that makes for freedom.
Page 214. Michamuha.
שירה חדשה שבכל גאולים לשמך אספת הים יחד כולם הדובים ליחו באמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד.
צור ישראל, בעזרת ישראל, עודנו בך, יהודה וישראל, כהנינו, אדוני צבאות שמו, Now to page 242. תפילת עמידה.
אדוני שפתי תפתח ופי יגיד תהילתך. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, מוריד האטל, מחלקי חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מחמות גבורות ומדם מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מלך, הכתוב על יד ימיניך, וקרוב אל קדוש, קדוש, אדוני צבאות, ולא כל הארץ
ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש, ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. Shabbat will delight in your goodness, for being pleased with the seventh day you hallow as the most precious of days, bringing our attention, our connection to the creation of the world. And that yamim oto karata זכר למעשה למעשה בראשית, עמדת ימים אותו קראת, זכר למעשה למעשה בראשית. אוי עמדת ימים אותו קראת, זכר למעשה למעשה בראשית. אוי עמדת ימים אותו קראת, זכר למעשה למעשה בראשית. עמדת ימים אותו קראת, זכר למעשה למעשה בראשית. יצא אדוני אלוהינו וחסד תקבר ותהיה רצון לנו. And peace, goodness, and blessing, grace, kindness, and mercy to us and to all your people Israel. Bless us, our Creator, all of us together, through the light of your presence. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Gary, you can unmute yourself. We are going to talk a little bit. Just realizing that I need to put some paper or something to move my mouse. Here I can do it. Hope you can hear me well. We are going to dedicate some time to Torah study. So we say, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. Blessed are you, Adonai, living soul of the universe, who has commanded us with the mitzvot and instructed us to occupy our hearts and our minds with the study of Torah. Has commanded us to think about values, to think about ideas, to study. So this week we read Parashat,
The long one.
the long one, the one with the 176 verses, right? Now, let me tell you, we have Torah portions all over the place, and you will see that this is a week that different synagogues are reading different Torah portions, and I can explain that for all those that are wondering. Once in a while, I get an email from a congregant saying, Rabbi, what Torah portion we are supposed to be reading this week? Because I'm seeing in 5 different websites different answers. Mm-hmm. So here we go. Last week, on Thursday night, what happened? Shavuot, you're right, Noga. So Thursday night, we celebrated Shavuot. Now, if you count the holidays with the calendar of Eretz Israel, which also applies for the land of Israel, and also for the Reform movement here in the United States, you count just one day for the holiday. You don't celebrate the second day of the diaspora. Therefore, on Friday night was the end of the holiday of Shavuot. But if you're a conservative Jew or an Orthodox Jew, Shavuot lasted for one more day. And therefore, on Saturday morning, there was a specific reading for the holiday of Shavuot. instead of the reading that we would do in a normal week, that would be Parashat Naso. Now, the Reform movement, in order to keep the reading of the Torah portions with the rest of the world in the United States, even though Saturday morning wasn't Shavuot, divided this very long Torah portion in two sections. So we have Naso 1 and Naso 2. Now, there are Reform congregations that they don't think that that's what you should do. And therefore, they read Naso last week, and this week they are reading Parashat Be'alotecha, which is the Torah portion that is being read by all communities in Israel. So we have people this week reading in Israel, Be'alotecha. In the United States, the second section of Parashat Naso, which is Parashat Naso divided, or people like us reading Parashat Naso for the first time entirely, or exploring, but we will in any case explore just a piece of Parashat Naso. Now, do you have any idea what are the topics? And I challenge all those that are connecting online with us. Do you have any idea what are at least some of the topics that we discuss in Parashat Naso?
The priestly benediction.
True, the priestly benediction. In what context that happens? Good, because all the tribes come and they're assigned different jobs, and the same job actually, and the same blessing is repeated again and again and again. But we make sure that to identify each of the groups. What else happens? We keep going with the census. The beginning of the Torah portion, we keep counting the Jews. We want to make sure that we are not just numbers. We are actually families. We are tribes. We have lives, and therefore later on, census were prohibited in Jewish tradition. As a matter of fact, you are not supposed to count Jews, which is a bit challenging because actually we count million. So we live with this dissonance of counting and not counting, and making sure that people are not numbers, but individuals, souls. What else? The Isha Sotah. Have you heard about the Isha Sotah? I just mentioned there's a ritual, for a situation in which the husband believes that his wife have cheated on him, and in order to settle the issue, they go to visit the priest. Gabi is saying yes, because we discussed this topic, I think, previous years. And there is no Gabi and I, but we in the synagogue have discussed that. Well, we could have been studying Torah together, but there's a ceremony to try to clarify what has happened there. It's for a very long discussion, very interesting opinions, but we are not going to enter that area. What else happens in this Torah portion? We spoke about the Mishkan yesterday, right? The Ark. And we spoke about lifting the Ark
On our shoulders.
on our shoulders. Okay, we did say that. And now the priestly benediction. And you know, we're leaving some of the topics of this Torah portion out. One more and last one, Nazarites. The laws of how to be a Jewish Nazarite, a Jewish, we'll say, monk, and how to make a vow of devotion and service are explained in this Torah portion. Also, very interesting questions. Zach, am I allowed to share my screen? Yes, I am. Now I just need to make sure that I have the right screen there. We'll see. Oh, for good. Here we are. Guy, can you see it?
Yes.
Perfect. So, in the book of Numbers, we get to the priestly benediction, number 6, 22 to 27. I will read this first. Let's read it in English. The Eternal spoke to Moses, speak to Aaron and his sons. Thus shall you bless the people of Israel. Say to them, the Eternal bless you and protect you. The Eternal deal kindly and graciously with you We'll explore the translation later on. The Eternal bestow favor upon you and grant you peace. Thus, they shall link my name with the people of Israel, and I will bless them. So, Gabi, can you first read the analysis of Nehama Leibovich? For those that are not familiar, Nehama Leibovich is the mother of all teachers of Jewish texts, and she has publications that explore all the commentaries and sources around Torah portions. She was extremely wise and educated individual.
There are in fact 3 separate blessings which progress from the blessing of physical protection through the blessing of spiritual shelter to the blessing of shalom, wholeness, completion, or peace. Accordingly, the 3 sections of the priestly benedictions illustrate an ascending order, starting with a blessing concerned with man's material needs, and then dealing with his spiritual wants, and finally reaching a climax combining both these factors together, crowning them with the blessing of peace. This ascending order and increasing surge of blessing is reflected in the language and rhythm.
Thank you. Let's see if we see that. But before, can you read this one?
After the Torah recalled what someone would bring to get rid of a personal war within himself, and to get rid of the fight, dispute, and injury from within the home, and from within the nation generally, the Torah recalled this parashah, the priestly blessings, because it awakens the wondrous realization concerning making peace and concerning true peace.
Okay. Now, let's go back to my mouse is behaving. Let's read the priestly benediction once again and see if we see these components. Yivrechecha Adonai ve'ishmorecha. The Eternal bless you and protect you. And Ishayahu Leibovich, who was Nehama's brother, says that these 2 words are in contradiction, referring to what actually Rashi said. Why should you ask for protection if you already have God bless him? He will bless you and protect you. Why should one hope for that? Any idea? We can put the thing to see you. Gabi, any idea? Those that are home, if you want to share a comment on this, we appreciate that. So explains Rashi that there are 2 components here. One is that Yevarechecha is actually almost a financial component, you could say. You will have things. He will give you things, material things. Beishmerecha will say, some of the rabbis, well, God cannot control everything, so people might try to steal from you. And that's why he will bless you and then will protect you. So you can keep your stuff with you. And that's a very interesting layer for that blessing. But if you think about Yevarechecha, he will grant you with things. Beishmerecha, you can talk about a material world and a spiritual one. That's what Nehama was referring to. And it points out to the fact that sometimes we are granted, sometimes we are gifted with many things, but we don't have the ability to appreciate them. We don't have the emotional or a spiritual ability to appreciate them. When we start hearing the priestly benediction, the first message is, you are blessed. It's time for you to realize that. Then it says, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichunecha. The Eternal deal kindly and graciously with you. the translation says nothing about what is actually written in Hebrew. Ya'er Adonai, God will illuminate his face toward you. Ya'er Adonai, from the word or, Ya'er, light, Adonai, Panav, his face. An interesting thing is that the word face in Hebrew is actually plural. We say face in English, but in Hebrew we say faces. God will illuminate his faces toward you, and then the word that is there is ihuneka. What's the meaning of the word ihuneka? Well, we usually translate it from the source, from the root hen. People usually think that hen is beauty, but also in English you can say that hen is grace. Now, we know the word hen also from a different context, something that we sing and we pray in the High Holidays, Gaby. Who is thinking? We'll see if someone in the comments gets it. The answer is Chanenu be'anenu. We say, deal with us with grace. Abinu Malkeinu, Chanenu be'anenu, our Father, our King, our Mother, our Queen. Chanenu be'anenu. Treat us graciously and answer us. But it gets better than that, because I want to think about the meaning of the word chen and the meaning of the word panim in the context of light. So panim, we say, is faces, right? Ya'er Adonai panav elecha. So God will show you the diversity of his faces. Those that try to think that God, or that the aspiration of what they are supposed to be is just one thing, and that their fate is defined by the expectations of someone else, that we need to live our entire lives trying to fulfill, and therefore we live feeling that we are a failure, or that we are not living up to be what we are supposed to be. Here the priestly benediction says, wait a minute. There are many faces to the divine. There are many faces. There are many aspects. There are many layers to value. And then we say, Beyehuneka. Now, what do we say in Avinu Malkeinu? Chanenu ba'anenu, ki ein banu ma'asim. Because we have no deeds. Even when we have no deeds, God will recognize you, will see you in the diversity of his own existence. Doesn't matter what you do. Doesn't matter what your deeds are. He will approach you. He will see you with a gracious light. And that makes me think, if we go back to Avinu Malkeinu, or Imenu Malkatenu, make me think about the unconditional love of our parents. We have the first appreciation, your soul, being who we are, and the unconditional love for that is what you are. And the last one says, Isa Adonai panav elecha, God will lift up his face toward you, and with his light, you might be able to see yourself. And when you see yourself and see the diversity of who you are, you will find peace. You will find wholeness. You will find shalom. Because the most beautiful thing about this benediction is that God is placing a mirror in front of you and saying, you have all what you need You just need to recognize it. And I am here for you, to guide you and to invite you to recognize these things. And when you recognize these things, you will find peace. You'll find peace. You will find wholeness. You will find peace. And probably the most beautiful thing that he says, or she says, is, I accept you. I recognize you. I see you. It's everything about God seeing you. And I accept you. So in this Shabbat of Parashat Naso, we take a moment to acknowledge the blessing and the beauty of being able to be who we are, of recognizing our gifts and appealing to the ability of our souls to embrace those gifts, of recognizing that we are divine creatures and the diversity of our existence and of our beings are proof to the diversity of God itself. And we try to see who we are, acknowledge and embrace who we are through God's light, and to find peace, to find wholeness, to find shalom. Shabbat shalom, everyone. We'll take now a moment to think of those that are dealing with illness. We think of essential workers. We think of those dealing with illness in their bodies, in their souls. We think of those dealing with addictions. On page 371, together we say, we sing Yisheverach. Wish to all of them refuah shlema v'achlama meira, a complete and a fast recovery. When I take a moment to acknowledge mourners among our community, we invite you to share the names of those that you are remembering, whether you are in the first 7 days of mourning Shiva, in the first 30 days of mourning Shloshim, in the cycle of the first year of mourning, or you have a yortzeit, an anniversary of death this week. I invite you to share their names and to stand for Kaddish if you are remembering someone. And for those that don't have someone specific this week, you can support our fellows while sitting or standing. Join us with your voices and your hearts on page 598 for Mourners Kaddish. Itgadal be'itgadash shemer rava.
Amen.
בעלמא דברה חילוטה וימליך מלכותה, בחייכון ובימיכון, ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יהא שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקודשה בריחו, לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, תמירם בעלמא, ואמרו אמן. יש להם הרבה מן שמיה בחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. ועושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. May the memories of your dear ones be a blessing. יהיה זכרם ברוך. May be seated. So, just a short follow-up. We keep having conversations about the high holidays. Now, the reason we are not publicizing what our high holidays are going to look like is for actually three reasons. Number one is that we are developing different plans for different regulations and different situations. Number two, those plans will need to have adjustments of liturgy and technical adjustments, etc. And number three, which is very, very important, we started to have conversations that started in our congregational meeting, and we keep having some of those conversations with our congregants about what is important to them. What is important to them in the high holidays? What are the most important and representative values for our congregation when we experience the high holidays? And we heard very meaningful answers. And those answers give us the strength to think of a plan that actually matches those expectations. Of course, that the execution will be different of what we would have done if we would be in, I don't know, last year's world. But considering the world in which we are right now, we are trying to bring those values to the reality of our experience in a few more months for the high holidays. And very interesting ideas are coming up, and we're exploring them. And Gabby is exploring many of them. I'm exploring. Zach is exploring. Lindsay is exploring. We have members doing research. We are speaking with our congregations. And this is who we are. And we could have also decided we're going to go 100% online. We're going to record this and say to you, as many other congregations are doing, and I'm sure they will send and they will present beautiful services and beautiful worship opportunities. And that's perfect and great for their identity. For our identity and for the congregation that we are, we believe in the conversation. We believe in trying to translate the values that our members care for into our execution plan. So that's why it was very important for us to start with a conversation and to explore those values and those ideas and to bring them into how we are going to execute it. And as you hear within the lines, our congregants are not hoping for a perfect service. Our congregants, most of them are hoping and praying for community, are praying for gathering, and praying to see each other, are praying to keep the spiritual environment that we try to create together, are praying for and asking for our musicality. And we are trying to work on all those things in a variety of options. So we just want to remind you that we're thinking, we're here, we're working, and we are quite confident that we'll come up with something that will honor those expectations, those needs, and we'll invite you to participate very actively and to be engaged and to be there, because we are who and what we are just when you decide that you want to be present. Otherwise, we are not whole. We are not shlemim. So we need you, and we want you to know that we are thinking of you, of us, and that we are working toward the High Holies and toward the Sabbath and all the things that we need to do. With that said, we're gonna conclude our services on page 625 with Adon Olam.
אדון עולם השם עליו, בטרם כל יציר נברא, להינשא בחפצו כל, אזי מלך שמו נקרא, אזי מלך שמו נקרא. ואחרי ככל הכל, לבדו ימלוך נורא, והוא היה והוא הווה, והוא יהיה בתפארה, והוא יהיה בתפארה.
והוא אחד ואין שני, לעם שלו להכתירה, בלי ראשית בלי תכלית, ולא העוז והמשרה, ולא העוז והמשרה. והוא עלי וחי רועלי, וצוך אבני בארץ זרה, והוא ניסי ומנוס לי, בנת כוסי ביום אקרא, בנת כוסי ביום אקרא. בידו אבקים רוחים, ואת קשרם והעירה, ועם רוחי
As far you remain in my spirit, I know that you are with me.
Adonai li
I shall not fear.
velo ira.
Adonai li velo ira. Shabbat Shalom everyone. Have a beautiful Shabbat.